Welcome, welcome. Mhm. Yes. Mm. Hi, hi. Mhm. Good to receive you. And yes, allow yourself to begin to arrive, settle here. Mm. Yeah, to get some water, whatever you may need. Those here on Zoom or YouTube. Um, mm. Yeah, and so welcome and thank you for coming. And um, yeah, well, mm, there, today's meditation is um, is focused um, on belonging, a sense of belonging, and how it relates. So as you may know, I live in the United States at this time in my life, and at this time, just recently, there's been violence um, that has been more public and in ways that has really brought it up for many people. There's like waves of online ripples of awareness, um, and that show both places where we are polarized, where we are there's the sides are very divided, and also the process by which, also highlighting the process or the calling, um, that whenever it is that there is loss, um, and the sharpness of that loss, yeah, wherever that may be, and as that has happened, across time in our humanity, whether that be by war, by any means, yeah, at the much smaller scale or at the larger scale. Um, there's, in terms of here, what it is um, that really allows for a sense of, or like how this all relates to belonging, and why I speak about it here in this meditation session, is because I see that meditation can be a powerful, powerful tool that can help us become more transparent inside of ourselves. Yeah. To the, in a way, the instrument that we are. Yeah, that we are a part of all that is. And as a part of all that is, yeah, we can sense ourselves as being very separate in a certain way. Yeah. Or we can sense ourselves as belonging. Yeah. And belonging, one of the ways that you can understand real belonging is that the instrument that I am, meaning the being I am, my mind, my heart, my gut, yeah, all my feelings, all my thoughts, perceptions, all my actions, my movements, my relationship to being physical, who I am and I experience myself to be, I perceive myself to belong at different levels, yeah, or different amounts of belonging. And essentially, when I can't see the possibility that what I feel, what I think, what I experience can participate in life, that I need to keep it shut down or away. This can, go all the way from in very important personal relationships in community, at work, in our own creativity. Yeah. That what regulates this sense of belonging, yeah, is how much I'm able to really accept myself as I am in a way that creates connection, actual connection and coexistence, yeah, in a way of that we are here able to be together, yeah, and that the data, the information that is me, how I feel, if I feel different emotions and all that, that's actually translatable, yeah, and that translation can reach you, and as that reaches you, then in that way, that part of me and of the instrument that I am belongs. Yeah. We each naturally, given how we were brought up, have different capacities of belonging. Yeah. And um, and the reason why I speak about belonging now in the context of this in the United States, this wave of awareness around violence and around polarization and um, is that part of how I understand and how I experience and what I believe that violence is. Yeah. Violence is a forced action that tries to belong. Yeah. It can be a very last ditch effort at needing to do something about the relationship that feels like it's in crisis. Yeah. That feels like it's maybe too far away or whatever it may be. And and so there's a way in which here, what parts of my being, and especially the most important parts, you might notice in your life, whatever your daily experience is of what it is that really matters to you, is there room for that to be to be? Yeah. And in that being, to what degree can you participate in your life in a way that you're able to share through respect, in a way that you're able to be genuine for your uniqueness, and also, yeah, that as you express that you can do the work, and it takes different amounts of work of like learning how to communicate and trying different things and such to be able to create to connect with different people, yeah, or different circles. And sometimes it's harder than others. And to the degree that we cannot connect, yeah, then there's like a bit of a crisis that starts to happen because I'm experiencing energy that is flowing as the being that I am. And that energy doesn't have anywhere to go. Yeah, nowhere to go. And so it just builds and builds and builds. And when you have energy that builds and builds and builds, and it doesn't have anywhere to go, you need, for it to not have anywhere to go, you need to be pushing it down. Yeah, to not let it out. And that may be in certain circumstances, it's safer to not let things out, in certain ways. So it's for whatever reasons, but the natural piece, if you sense children, yeah, they just say things. There's no filter. Yeah. It's kind of like something happens and it's like they're just there. Yeah. And that freedom, that's that flow that little by little, as um, the children are taught by the adults around them have different levels of freedom, and the kids learn to stop themselves from expressing certain things, and certain levels of spontaneity also, the degree to which I can really live stream what's actually happening here. Yeah. Now, if I'm pushing down for whatever reason, maybe a very reasonable reason, yeah, but I'm pushing down, then that's going to create some sense of confusion even in myself, where I'm not, my energy is not clear. See, when I allow, for example, if we take the emotion of anger, when I host anger, meaning something makes me feel angry, I feel it, and the anger tells about something that matters to me and helps bring clarity about what it is that I need or I believe I need, but it's an effort that happens. Yeah, if I'm able to actually host it, feel it, and then allow that to happen inside me, I can gain clarity, yeah, inside of myself. Same thing around sadness. If I feel sad, sadness, I like to call a song, yeah, that comes out reminding me of what deeply matters to me. Yeah, when I feel really sad, I long for something. When I push down because there's no way of connecting, because of whatever reason may be, yeah, all of that clarity of those feelings being able to simply transmit their orientation, they're like compasses, yeah, that clarity does not happen. And more, there's a sense of alienation between in here and out in life. Yeah. So in meditation, yeah. So this is part of if we're able to host what we're feeling, if we're able to be here with what's here, and as the adults that we are, yeah, we're able to allow that energy to exist down in our belly, in our heart, all the way through, just to exist, whatever the feeling is. If we can allow that energy to move, yeah, then the clarity of belonging, yeah, that's one step in the clarity of belonging. That information of whatever it is that I'm feeling, yeah, I can in meditation make space for that energy to simply be there. This is not about being hijacked by it. The hijacking actually mostly happens when we're so busy pushing down and the energy kind of slips out because it's needing to exist, yeah, in some shape or form. And and then we unconsciously, yeah, function. And so meditation is this practice of being able to witness whatever it is that's there and also make space for simply the energy that is there to be there. If tears are there, tears are there. If anger is there, anger is there. Whatever it is that may be there. Yeah. But our capacity to be able to be like this, sit together, yeah, in this way, and to practice being able to be with, to host with the comfortable and the uncomfortable, to be in the present moment with what's here, as we can be with what's actually here and be more transparent, to reclaim the right, yeah, of good relations where I can share about what's going on, yeah, little by little of creating this culture, yeah, because I'm able to host it. And so this is as we become responsible for the emotions that are here and that we're able to create a culture of connection with each other, the energy can be more clear and move. And then the places where there are a sense of distance, and it's kind of like when we hear something in the news of something very violent in one place of the world or another place, just some kind of loss or something. There's going to be maybe a sadness or a longing that'll come. And if we can be present to it and we can let ourselves feel it, that can translate, yeah, can be kind of like translating into action, but that is conscious, that is loving, yeah? Because real change in life comes as a result of love, not violence. You might notice that whenever it is that there is more forced or control, yeah, that you may be able to make somebody do something for like a little while. Yeah. But in reality, when you force it, it comes with this extra baggage. The forcing relationship comes with all of this extra baggage. Yeah. That is making it incredibly hard, yeah, in the future to have relationship. Yeah. It brings with it tons of difficulty to be able to then work together later. On the other hand, love, when we're able to consciously host what it is that's here, to be able to put it into words and practice connecting to each other, that culture of practicing connecting to each other, yeah, we open for the possibility that the data of who I am and who you are and such to flow in a way that we can co-participate in life. Yeah. And that love to to create actions and finding ways in which the things that I do, yeah, and the things that you do, that we can work together. Yeah. Or that if we deeply disagree because of something, that we're able to find ways of being able to simply, it's like I deeply disagree. I still make space for whatever it is that my needs are as much as I'm able to. Yeah. And I also respect you to make space because obviously further conversation is needed if you're going to come together. Yeah. And so um here in this meditation, we will simply focus on being able to create the space inside we're able to host, yeah, and be with whatever it is that's here, to be transparent with ourselves. And in that loving relationship, yeah, feel the transparency and the connection that results in being more um, more clear in ourselves and more capable of connecting with our world. Yeah, that extra space in ourselves and clarity, and hence belonging. Yeah, belong. The path of belonging that sometimes is easy and sometimes is very difficult. Yeah, but still, that real belonging happens through love. Yeah, through love. Yeah. And so allow yourself now to make any adjustments for your body, for your, I'm going to take a little water here. Mhm. Adjustments. And simply here, to begin to relax the body. And so, um, hmm, just looking here, something. Um, a sense of, okay, sorry about that. I'm just looking at possibilities here of poems, but today we'll simply begin here. Allow yourself to relax and to be in your body. Any adjustments you need to make. Maybe a few deep breaths to welcome, welcome you. And begin to feel the ground that is supporting you right now and the parts of your body, yeah, that are neutral or that feel actually pleasant as part of that space that allows you to be here. The bell, the sound of the bell, helps bring us deeper into the seamlessness of being with what is here in the present moment. Allowing for every breath to fill a little bit of space, to welcome you, to relax, that no matter how intense the storm has been, or how quiet and calm, that here there's an opportunity to bring spaciousness, relaxation, to feel that more of you is welcome here. By the forces of gravity that Mother Earth, the mother that we are a part of, holding us right here, holding us down, right here in this spot. An opportunity to be here in this stillness, to accept more and more whatever body sensations may be present, allowing your attention to park in the places where there is space and to welcome little by little more of you, the parts that may be holding, to bring this sense of welcoming that includes the knowing that it is in the release of needing to do something about it. And the accepting of what is here. That we can become a shepherd, even to ourselves, a loving shepherd with our flock of body sensations, feelings, and even thoughts. Allowing the sense of the body to rest in the heart. There may be different kinds of sensations there, and simply making space for what is there, allowing the natural sway of your own breath, like a beautiful sway of time, gently welcoming more of you to belong, to remember that when you are relaxed and when you are here able to host, that is a precious, precious state, this witness And so now, in this sense of awareness, we also include the feelings that are here. Yeah. The numbness in the body, the sense of sadness or fear, pain, the love, joy. Also making space for what is there. And that I notice different body sensations. I also notice different sensations that are speaking of emotional feeling. Yeah, different feeling. However quiet or loud. Simply noticing. And then I also notice the thoughts that are streaming right now. However quiet or fast or loud. Even that the thoughts themselves may be flavored by a certain quality of feeling. Again, simply to host and to land in this place where there is a you that, however much you're able to now, even just a little bit, you're able to make space for you. A loving gesture, giving you permission to be here, to belong, just as you are. The contact, to even be close to whatever feeling might be there, whatever sensations might be there. And that the body may be asking to move in a certain way, or the feelings for a little bit of space to simply feel. And welcoming the breath, the mystical powers of the breath that can help bring a little bit of extra space to caress, to rock gently whatever sensations may be there, allowing more intimacy there from the heart, yeah, or from wherever you are, but if you wish, from the heart to include more of what is here. I am the awareness that gives me a right to be here, lovingly, making space for what I think, for what I feel, and what I sense in my body. No matter what is here, this loving shepherd of belonging that may be a beginner or an expert, but nonetheless an opportunity to be of service. In the privacy of this meditation, a greater culture of belonging, where nothing is right or wrong, however comfortable or uncomfortable. Our awareness includes more and more. And you may use the breath to simply bring an extra level of including with a little bit of a sense of movement that can transmute difficulty or rigidity. Yeah, any part that feels stuck, just bringing a little bit of that gentle, natural breath to include. I am the awareness, the transparent shepherd of belonging. Discovering a greater capacity to be here in service of love, in this one and precious life. allowing whatever energy is in your body to flow. To feel, to be intimate in the here and now as you, making space for what is there, allowing you to belong a little more with the courage of letting your flock be alive. intimacy, being here, the alchemy of belonging. How much the feeling of I am can be free through the becoming that you are, as you are in this moment, this eternal becoming. The gift of life that has the prowess of opportunities to consciously love. Gently taking a few deeper breaths, coming towards the end of this meditation. Though if you wish to continue, you may do so. And here, simply from the space that we have created in ourselves, a wish for may this be in service, who I am, be in service for the benefit, the true love, loving existence for all beings that I encounter, that I am a part of life with. Yeah, that we are in life together. May the preciousness of being consciously conscious, this witness that by its very nature is capable of hosting, including, help us learn to come together in more and more loving ways. This prayer for all existence, from the existence that we are to the existence that we are. Allowing the sound of the bell to seamlessly welcome you into the rest of your day with the echo of belonging. Gently, you may wish to open your eyes and to include the visual field as part of what you can host, all of life, more and more that we're able to be present with and participate. If anybody on Zoom or on YouTube wishes to put any questions or anything in the chat, um, or reflections of what is present for you, your sharing can help us weave a deeper web of connection. Of course, just whatever you prefer. Meanwhile, I will also simply say that in reality, this hosting, this capacity to witness, as has been taught through millennia at this point, different cultures and different mystics, it is the way, it is the source code that is the experience of being a part of everything. And the more that we can go into the silence of just being, yeah, in the intimacy of the present moment, allowing everything to be quiet so that we're not engaged in trying to control something, but we really are allowing the silence of just being. And that intimacy is the doorway for the reckoning, the awareness that our sense of separation is an illusion, that we exist because we are a part of everything, not in spite of it, or not separate in that way. And the sooner that we're able to realize that, the more suffering is able to end in our lives. And then, deeper than that, the degree to which we're able to host being a human, to host what I feel in all of its colors, what I experience in my body in its all of its colors, and what I think in its all of its colors. The more I'm able to host, I open the gateway to be able to include all of that dimensionality, not just kind of like a memory of a meditation in which I felt the oneness, but that I'm able to come into life through my work, through my family, through my relationships. I'm able to come into life in ways of love, of actualizable love through that awareness. Yeah, that sense of which is who we are. Yeah. And so this is in a way a prayer of bowing to everything that is, including all of our humanity. Yeah, all these dimensions. For as we bow to that, to really host it and to include it, to allow itself to be alive, really alive, and free, not trying to control it, we have this awareness then that we're able to consciously participate in ways that are more conscious and less blind, less blind. May there be more and more belonging. Thankfully, we live in an existence and a time and civilization where this information is accessible and that we can create this kind of culture. Um, Also, soon I will be creating more of a container for these kinds of sessions, a kind of sangha or a kind of community that through a subscription process. Very likely, I'm in the process of trying to see architectures of how what to provide so that this work can be more of service and with more people. Um, and so there'll be an opportunity basically. And likely there will still be some free sessions, but it's going to evolve a little bit into a space where there can be the blooming of all of this, the responsibility of coming to realizing who we really are and in life with all of our humanness. And so, if you're interested, you can subscribe to or follow me on social media. It will be announced. My website's adrianlove.com. There's a newsletter there that one can subscribe to. And thank you for coming. And so, with wishes for blessings and excitement about that it really is possible for us to be in love with ourselves and with each other and be free. And yeah, the reminder of that during these kinds of times when we may be experiencing the rattling of that sense of longing and that sense of reckoning and in one way or another. Blessings. Until next time. Thank you for the hearts.